extra hours, how do you spend them? What do you do?
Trying to.
Probably some of the
Yeah.
The next meeting is going to go on
Closer.
which is good for me and my
What's that? I replied to an email saying I would need to start an arm. I made lots of changes.
30 seconds.
There are no markers by the whiteboard in case we need one.
And I was practicing at a point.
Membership.
Markers for the whiteboard. Was that 30 seconds? It's 12 o'clock. Brendan O'Brien, freshly back from a week up vacation, which I really enjoyed, but I really enjoyed being back to fill in for Peter Ash. And would you please silence your phones right now and or put them in vibrate mode? And if you really do need to take a call, please quickly and discreetly go outside the room. Do we have any guests? I don't see any unfamiliar faces. I only see familiar faces. So that's great. So welcome. While I'm up here, so I was out last week and we missed recording the video. If anyone wants to help with the video, please email me offline and show interest in doing the video. I want people who are interested, otherwise it will not work. Anyways, it's not worth it. So it's just true. So it's true. All right, so welcome, and please, time to welcome our Toastmaster, and our Toastmaster today is the one, the only Arthur Fox.
Whoa!
That's better than I thought it would be.
I like that.
Thank you, Brendan.
Very good, Brendan.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletime carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. The theme today is winter. Love it or leave it. It's interesting, as I collected the comments from all of you, there are many people who seriously dislike it. On the other hand, I saw a number of online quotations about it that are, for the most part, a positive view. One thing I can tell you is that the countries that are in the tropics are the ones with the worst economies. It's only the countries that are in the colder areas that have time to be inside and to accomplish things. After all, if the weather is the type that you could always be outside, you would always be outside. Hey, the surf is up. Let me see, should I swim today or start a company up? That's the comparison. So I just wanted to point that out. One of the quotes I found online said, "I love the sense of the winter. For me, It's all about the feeling you get when you smell the pumpkin spice, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, gingerbread, and spruce. Well, it's time for us to introduce the leader of the band, as we would call it, and I want to point out what he had to say before you applaud for him. He said, when I was in my early 20s, I was sad that I didn't have enough money to visit my best friend from high school, Peter Savitz, across the pond. Little did I know that the blizzard of 1978, a few days later, would provide the pennies from heaven. I made so much money shoveling snow that I bought the ticket to
England,
London, and toured Europe for 7 weeks. Mr. President.
Thank you, Arthur. It turns out there are a few things to be grateful for in the winter. One of them is Arthur Fox, who will regale you and make you sit up and pay attention. And in Toastmasters, that's part of what we're trying to do. Sit up and pay attention to those who speak, and when we are the speaker, to make some kind of relatedness with our audience. Well, what is the #1 way in the world that all cultures celebrate and can relate with each other? Yes, you're right. It's having food together. Next week, on the 19th, we'll be here in this room, so I'm going to take my president's message time right now to do some impromptu working. I need your help. We're going to do this together. Who would like to be part of the food team for next week? Now, we have Robert, and we have Mickey, and we have no other yes, we have Carmel. So I'm going to ask a round of applause for Robert, Mickey, and Carmel. Now, what are we clapping for? Well, Robert, Mickey, and Carmel. I'm going to be a rather rogue president because it hasn't been officially approved by the board. But we've done this so many times before. Mr. Treasurer, sorry to put you on the spot. We're going to be spending hundreds of dollars, as we normally do. Hundreds. We love food. And we love you, Mickey, and you, Robert, and you, Carmel, for teaming up after the meeting. Now, I will also stay after the meeting to provide good cheer and cheering you on. I know the three of you can do it. But if the three of you decide after this impromptu meeting, after today, that you can't do it without me, I will be there and I will help. Now, who is definitely not coming? Raise your hand. Who's definitely not going to eat food and definitely not going to be here? Who is the Grinch who's going to steal our Christmas? Ramiro. All right. No tacos for you. The rest of us are going to be here.
Did you take a count?
I'm assuming those people who are not raising their hands will be here. Rich McDonough.
I have to check.
Dale Watkins. April Wong. Julie Stevens.
You want to ask if people are bringing guests also.
And bring
Should we send out something to the members list and ask people to RSVP?
I say yes.
Because we can be way off in terms of food.
Yeah.
Right.
We bought for 25 or 30,
Right.
and we've had 18 to 20.
Also, this is the time to bring some of the people who have not been here lately in. This is our,
Mr. Toastmaster, you're absolutely right. Please stand up and shake my hand. We'll be continuing this conversation after the meeting.
okay.